If you're looking for a cheap and reliable place to buy or sell your FIFA 23 Ultimate Team coins, check out u4gm.com and use code ELITE, ELYYT, for 5% off. While the title and that idea is a little bit extreme, it shouldn't come as a surprise to very many of you guys who have been playing FIFA for at least a few years, because the next iteration of this game, and why I don't say FIFA is because they're changing the name. They've lost the rights to the name FIFA, and they're calling it EAFC or EAFC 24. Either way, the new name is dumb. The old name was better. In fact, there's so many different better names that I could have come up with. Why don't we just call the game The Beautiful Game and go with that? The Beautiful Game 24. So much better. I digress. EA are trying to move towards a no-market Ultimate Team, and it's not something that should take a ton of us by surprise. And the source that we have for this, guys, comes from FootZone on Twitter. And FootZone is claiming that EA are testing a no-market and Ultimate Team due to the coin-selling scandal. And of course, we see coin selling everywhere, even at the beginning of this video. And another version is being tested very similar to how FIFA mobile market works. And in January, there was no transfer market in the testing stage. SBCs are likely to be the untradable items in EAFC. The way that you're able to get cards, the way you're able to upgrade your team is going to be through squad building challenges rather than buying players on the market, which is super weird to think about. It's also really hard to think about completing squad building challenges themselves without using a transfer market to buy those players. So even if your team right now in FIFA is pretty much untradable, you will also have to consider the fact that you won't be able to buy those players for an SBC. Now, of course, there's two markets being tested allegedly, and we'll get into the controversy behind this in a second. But the first one is no market at all, and the second one is a FIFA mobile market, which is kind of similar to, as it says, to the regular market on transfer, the transfer market we have on console right now, where you can go out and buy some of these players. It's still an open market, which, to be honest, wouldn't be that significant of a change, but a no market at all would be. Now, the reason that this has substance, despite the fact that it's not confirmed, and a couple other reliable leakers on the website of Twitter have claimed that it's false, is the fact that we've been going ever since the introduction of squad building challenges in FIFA Ultimate Team in 2017 and FIFA 17. In FIFA 17, the only cards that were untradable out of SBCs were the actual players. So like this Sandro would have been untradable in 2017. However, every single pack, every single one of them would have been tradable. Now all we're left with is basically marquee matchups. All of the advanced SBCs were tradable. Now they're untradable. Most of the daily SBCs, especially if it gives you a pack that's better than a Electrum pack, is untradable. All these upgrades are untradable. 380 plus players are untradable. Everything is untradable now. And let's go and take a look at FUT 22. At least this one's tradable. So they're not all untradable, but there definitely are a lot more untradable packs in the market now from SBCs than there used to be. Every single year they get closer and closer and closer to going everything untradable on squad building challenges as it is. And I remember back a couple years ago when they introduced the first ever pack in an SBC that was untradable, there was a big boycott. Even though it was still kind of worth doing that pack, it was a pretty good pack for very cheap, it was untradable. And everybody who had been around Ultimate Team for a while boycotted that pack because we didn't want to show EA that we were going to still do those SBCs if they were untradable. And well, that didn't work because everybody now does these SBCs if they're giving a 50K pack, even if it's untradable, doing the advanced SBCs, and you kind of have to because that's the way that the game has shifted. As much as you don't like it, it's the direction that Ultimate Team is going. Now, we've seen EA in the past do things that people do not like, and while Foot Sheriff, who has been one of the more reliable leakers this year, say that it's not true, He says, if you want to know what's being tested on EA FC 24's market, most likely we're going to have a single market for all consoles. We're still some months away. Regarding the stupid rumors of no market on EA FC 24, it's all fake. Nothing is being tested. And some of the top comments are saying that why would they get rid of the market? It's going to alienate 50% of their player base. It's going to get rid of all these traders. It's going to get rid of all these people who are interested in Ultimate Team. And ultimately, there's not going to be a ton of people playing the game anymore. And to that, I say it's just not true. No matter what EA do, no matter which direction they go with this, most of those players are sticking around. I hate to say it. Even me, creating content, most of the players are sticking around. And as much as you want to boycott it, and I have stuck to my boycotts on FIFA consistently. There's nobody more reliable than I have been. When I say something, I do it. And at the beginning of price ranges being introduced into Ultimate Team, which happened in early March of 2015, first of all, I said, I'm going to take a boycott from FIFA 15. I went back to FIFA 14 and traded on that transfer market and made content for there. For 6 weeks, I did that while price ranges existed in FIFA 15. It's not like Team of the Season came out very early that year anyway, because they had to push it back due to the problems that price ranges caused. And if you guys weren't around for the introduction of price ranges to the transfer market, that was supposed to be the end of coin selling, the end of coin transferring, the end of trade offers, which it was the end of trade offers, but it wasn't the end of coin selling. In fact, it made it worse. It made it so much worse. For some reason, right after they added those price ranges, they wouldn't update them. So every single card in the game either went extinct or it wouldn't sell on the market. You only had a handful of cards where their price ranges was correct. It was the worst idea that has ever been implemented into Ultimate Team. It was completely ineffective. And instead of the market coming down like it kind of did on the Xbox market, it just inflated a ton because coin selling and coin buying became easier on the PlayStation market, and everything you could not buy. So the only way to get cards at that point was to buy coins off of the third-party websites and then open packs. And that was the only way to get cards because everything on the transfer market was absolutely broken, completely implemented the wrong way. And it wasn't until FIFA 16 where they started to get a handle on it, but there was still a ton of cards that didn't sell or were extinct. And FIFA 16 as a whole was just a terrible, terrible game, and very, very boring as it was. Price ranges just made that worse. So back then, nobody wanted price ranges. In fact, that was the time where KSI and the Sidemen kind of strayed away from playing Ultimate Team and going into other content. They lost a lot of their content creators. They lost a lot of the joy for the game, and I don't think that they've really gotten it back to its fullest from these people who have played Ultimate Team since its inception. So a huge problem with price ranges, and they didn't go back on it. Despite the fact that they knew it didn't stop coin selling, it didn't even slow it down, and the fact that it completely destroyed their transfer market for quite a while, they didn't step back on it. They didn't say, hey, it was a bad idea, hey, or sorry, hey, we don't want to lose a lot of our player base. The truth was they did not care. They did not care at all. All they wanted to do was further a game where microtransactions were going to be more popular and more needed to excel in the game. And whether you think that was successful or not, what we can say is that FIFA points do continue to get bought more and more every single year. So in a way, you might say it was successful. For me, I think that the correlation does not meet the causation. I don't think that price ranges caused that. I think price ranges probably hurt it for the time being, and then over time, they've just fixed other aspects of the game, like making the price ranges correct, and then also adding other things like, promo packs that were worth buying and other things like that. Nonetheless, guys, the ultimate point of it is the fact that they aren't afraid to screw over the fan base. They aren't afraid to do something that's going to cause a boycott or cause a lot of their player base that are threatening to leave, because in the end, their goals are not the same as yours. So they're going to do whatever they think is going to generate them more business, whether it ruins the game or not. So that is definitely a possibility in the future. Whether it's going to be on EA FC 24 or not, we do know that EA have been trending towards no market in Ultimate Team. And with that being said, we are getting closer and closer every single year. Could this be the year they take that leap? It's very possible. In my opinion, I think that they're going to make the transition into EA FC 24 with the transfer market and then slowly do away with that over the course of the next 2 years. And maybe by EA FC 25, that's when they implement no market. But we've seen how much SBCs have taken over this game. At first, they were, probably the greatest addition to Ultimate Team since the transfer market right at the beginning. SBCs have been incredible. All right. And in fact, they're pretty much all the content at this point is through squad building challenges. And that's why FIFA 16 was probably so boring, is because SBCs weren't in the game yet. Of course, Foot Draft was a completely dead game mode that lasted 2 weeks of hype before it died. And for the rest of the year, you were playing, just a dead game, while FIFA 17 was regarded as one of the most exciting, fresh, and best FIFAs ever. And I think a lot of that had to do with the introduction of squad building challenges. So we've quickly gone from the transfer market being the focus of Ultimate Team towards squad building challenges being the focus of Ultimate Team. And while I still think there's, maybe a 50-50 there, it used to be 100-0, and then it was probably 80-20, and then now it's 50-50, and next year they might take it to 60% focus for SBCs, 40% transfer market, and quicker and quicker and quicker, we're going to get to 100% SBCs for all of the content, for all of the packs that you could get, and for all of the players that you could get. Everything's going to be untradeable. You'll still be able to get packs out of SBCs, but they're all going to be untradeable. And whatever you get out of those packs, or whatever players you do from the squad building challenges, are going to be your entire team and your entire ability to build your Ultimate Team. And that just means that they're going to have to shift more packs into SBCs, or they're going to put more promo packs in the store, and it's going to be more, you're going to be more inclined to open packs so that you have players to complete SBCs, because you can't just go out and buy players with coins, because coins at that point might not even exist. Well, here's the thing. I'm a trader, all right? I have been trading on Ultimate Team since FIFA 14. In fact, I still do this year. That's how I have over 5 million coins on my account, and I could have quite a few more if I didn't just spend a ton on random SBCs all the time. But if you take a look at this squad and you look at each player, well, this card, trade status, is untradeable. And then let's go to our striker. Untradeable, right wing, untradeable, center mid, untradeable, 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 untradeable. Let's go to the bench, and those are all untradeable as well. I'm falling into the trap just as much as anybody else. Every single card in my squad is untradeable, and we are trying to say that they'll never do away with the transfer market. It is evident, very evident, that a lot of players do not have tradable cards in their squad anyway. All right? So all they have to do at this point is figure out a way for SBCs to be completed efficiently in, a way that's not super annoying. And then the transfer market is gone, if they can figure out how to do that without you having to buy players to complete those SBCs. In fact, at the beginning of FIFA 17, every single squad building challenge was a challenge, okay? And I think a lot of people forget this, that even in marquee matchups, it was a challenge. Every single new SBC was a challenge, okay? It really didn't have to do with rating. Now, we still have these advanced SBCs that drop at the beginning of every single year, but after that, how many SBCs do we get that are challenging? 1% of them? Maybe. Maybe one of them. I mean, it is not common. And so most of these SBCs, if you click on them, it is just 82 rated squad team of the week, a Juventus player. Is that challenging? No. Brazil player 1, 85 rating. Serie A player 1, 86 rating. These aren't challenging. It's just you submitting a certain rating of player. So if they completely get rid of the challenge part and only replace it with you just submitting a squad of a certain rating, that could be a lot easier to get out of packs, because you're not searching for a Croatian player. You're not searching for a player from the, Czech league or something, because that can be difficult. That can take a few packs. They could just go ahead and say, hey, you need an 83 rated team. You need an 85 rated team. you want to do marquee matchups? Go ahead and submit a 76 rated team. That's all you're gonna have to do. And that can make that transition from having a transfer market to not having a transfer market completely seamless. And we're already going in that direction. So I think it's a bit ridiculous for Foot Sheriff, despite the fact that the leaks might not be there for him and he doesn't see the evidence, which could be very, very true. Foot Zone could be absolutely fabricating this entire thing. But if you think that there's no truth behind this, even if Foot Zone is completely wrong about its origin or its, the reason for it, it's happening. It is happening in the game. You already see it. It's just a matter of time before EA pull the trigger and actually do it. Will it be EAFC 24? We don't know that yet. But it's happening. And it's happening while we speak. And if you guys cannot see that, then I don't know what to say. It's happening whether you like it or not. And as much as we have, really tried to avoid this happening, EA have an agenda here that eventually is going to be put in place into Ultimate Team. That is it for me today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you learned anything, if you enjoyed it, or if you hope it doesn't happen, drop a like on the video. I'd greatly appreciate it. You guys supporting the content and the Ultimate Team content. I would really, really appreciate you dropping a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content like this. Let me know your comments down below on what you think is going to happen to Ultimate Team with the next iteration of this game, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.